is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
It feels pretty nice to walk outside of mid-Michigan right now. Our McLaren camera shows you we have some nice sunshine overhead and in some spots a little bit of cloud cover. Out on the radar you see not a lot's going on in Michigan until you zoom in. On a very small scale we have a few isolated pop-up rain showers looking like they're hovering right around I-69 closer to Coldwater and Hillsdale. Now we'll have better chances for rain coming up in the full forecast, and we'll look at that in full detail coming up as 6 News at Noon begins.
WMMS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at Noon.
Tom Barrett is making one of his first public appearances in the district since the House went on its summer break. It's our top story at noon. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Kirk Montgomery. The U.S. House of Representatives adjourned for the summer 3 weeks ago today. They left town early in part to avoid having to deal with questions surrounding the scandal involving President Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. Now, since then, 7th District Congressman Tom Barrett's only publicized appearance took place up at Camp Grayling earlier this week. But he'll be back in the district today. His staff says he'll meet with some asphalt workers and industry leaders. Despite requests, Barrett has not held any in-person town hall meetings. House Republican leaders have advised members of their party to avoid them, but 6 News will be at the event today, and we'll have more for you coming up tonight at 6 o'clock. And it's not just Congressman Barrett. Another prominent politician resurfacing in Michigan today as well. Former Governor and Secretary of Energy Jennifer Granholm will be in Ann Arbor tonight. She's back in the Great Lakes state to pick up an award named for one of her predecessors. Granholm is getting the Helen and William Milliken Distinguished Service Award tonight. Bill Milliken is the state's longest serving governor, running the state from 1969 to 1983. The award celebrates Granholm's leadership and public service at the state and national levels. And we have some new developments to tell you about in a Jackson County homicide that took place in 1984. The Jackson County prosecutor and sheriff say they have charged a man with the presumed killing of a 13-year-old girl. We say presumed because she disappeared from Summit Township in the mid-'80s and has not been seen since. So prosecutors are treating it as a homicide. The suspect's name is Leonard Huggle. He faces charges of first-degree felony murder and second-degree homicide. Authorities say he is in Florida right now, but is being extradited and will be arraigned once he is sent back to Michigan. Depending on where you live, we're just a week or two away from the start of another school season, and some districts are getting a jump on the celebrations.
Good to have you here with us today.
Look, this is a live
I'd
look
like to
now
take
at
a
a
moment
ribbon
to thank our
cutting
neighbors.
for a new elementary school in Dimondale. Construction crews were able to build it after voters approved bond proposals to pay for it back in 2021 and 2024. District officials will tour the new building afterwards, and it won't be long before students follow in their footsteps. The first day at the new school is this coming Wednesday. And while one district is saying hello to a new school, another district is saying goodbye to an older one. We're talking about Luton Elementary on Lansing's southwest side. The building, which most recently housed the district's Spanish Immersion Magnet School, is closing after 68 years. There'll be an open house this afternoon from 4 to 6 to give neighbors and alumni the chance to say goodbye to the old building and to check out renderings of what the new building will look like. Speaking of back to school, there will be a couple events later today to help Mid-Michigan kids have the tools they need to succeed. In Lansing, the Capital City Market giving away 100 backpacks filled with school supplies to children 18 and under. The event starts at 5 o'clock and will run while supplies last. And in Grand Ledge, NovaCare Rehabilitation is holding its annual school supply giveaway. That's from 4:30 to 5:30 this afternoon. It's at the center on Charlevoix Drive. And we posted a list of these giveaways and many others coming up. You'll find them all on our website, WLNS.com. And there's always a way for older folks to go back to school. The Michigan Reconnect program lets people earn a college degree or skill certificate for free. And if you're in the Lansing area, you can sign up for it today. If you're 25 or older, you can stop by the Love Lansing celebration taking place in Lansing today. The event is happening at the Cristo Rey Church on West Miller Road. State officials say more than 10,000 Michiganders have gotten diplomas or certificates since the program started in 2021. There will be another opportunity to sign up at Lansing Community College that takes place on August 20th. President Trump is now framing tomorrow's face-to-face meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska as more of a first step in ending the war in Ukraine, with the real negotiations still to come once Ukraine's president also takes part. CBS correspondent Tareen Small has the latest from the White House.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer greeted Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in London Thursday to discuss President Trump's meeting tomorrow with Russian President Vladimir Putin, where the main topic will be ending the war in Ukraine.
To achieve a peace, I think we all recognize that there'll have to be some conversation about security guarantees. There'll have to be some conversation about, territorial disputes and claims.
President Trump tempered expectations Wednesday.
It's going to be a very important meeting, but it's setting the table for the second meeting.
The president said the sit-down is a chance to hear what Putin has to say, with the real negotiations still to come once Ukraine is involved.
Now, there may be no second meeting, because if I feel that it's not appropriate to have it because I didn't get the answers that we have to have, then we're not going to have a second meeting.
Trump's comments came after a video call with European leaders who urged him to push for a full ceasefire before discussing territory. The White House says the two world leaders will hold a joint news conference following their face-to-face talks. Trump and Putin last met in Japan in 2019. This time they'll sit down at Joint Base Elmendorf-Richardson outside Anchorage, Alaska. It's difficult for Putin to travel abroad because of sanctions and war crimes allegations, so the Treasury Department issued him and his team a special license to land on U.S. soil. It expires after August 20th. Torian Small, CBS News, the White House.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Looking out across the area, you see we have some blue sky mixing in with a few clouds. Temperature-wise, it's doing pretty good, seeing a lot of 70s and even a few low 80s like what you have over in Jackson. Now, these temperatures still have room to grow. We're going to warm things up by a few more degrees here throughout the afternoon. The sunshine is leading the way on that. Sunshine and a few rain showers. I mentioned it during the morning show, and it's nice to see that the forecast verified most of the area perfectly dry, just a few little blips on the radar of some rain showers. Now, these are just going to kind of be hovering near Quincy, seeing it possibly drifting towards Coldwater, Jonesville, Hillsdale. That area has the best chance for a few showers right now, but everyone else staying dry. And if we zoom this out to the rest of the Midwest, you can barely even see our chances for rain. You might notice the clouds from it, but other than that, not that big of an impact today. Even what's happening over in Iowa and Minnesota really won't do a whole lot for us. Instead, today, we're just going to have highs in the low 80s, mostly sunny skies, that chance for a few stray showers, still going into the evening. As for our wildfire smoke, you might see a little bit of haze to the sky, but really, it's not as bad as what we've had in the last several plumes. We've had a little bit of it drift down towards us. Then, you see here Friday, it goes quickly off towards our northeast. That's because we're changing our air masses again, so get ready for some whiplash with that. We'll also still have that chance for a few sprinkles today, but as we start to have warmer air move in, it pushes the clouds and rain chances back out and leaves us mostly sunny for Friday. Now, tomorrow's going to be hot, 88 degrees, feeling more like the 90s because we will increase our mugginess with that southwesterly wind. That sets us up for the weekend. We're seeing our muggy meter jump right back to the humid category, and then it looks a little bit like a heart monitor, kind of jumping up and down on Monday and Tuesday. Those are tied to chances for rain, something we definitely need, and it's because the warm air and the cold air are clashing. You can watch it play out on our temperature pattern. The warm air is winning us over this weekend, but for next week, some of the cool air does try to dip back down towards us, and while it's subtle, it is nice to see that it's trying to make a run for us. Now, that will affect what we see as far as rainfall goes, and on the 6-day forecast here, you'll actually notice we have several chances for storms starting up Saturday. Now, those are going to be more on the isolated side. When we get to Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday and the temperatures actually begin to drop, that's when we're going to be seeing better chances for rain, and that is during the entire day. Now, it'll also increase our cloudiness, so if you want to see some sunshine, today and tomorrow are really your best bets. This weekend, not looking like the best one to be outside due to that combination of heat, humidity, and the chance for lightning. So maybe if you have any plans for the weekend, you can move them on up to tomorrow. While it'll still be in the upper 80s, at least it's dry. One other thing, those overnight temperatures, really comfortable to go out and view the Perseid meteor shower.
Oh, yeah.
It's picked up. I think I saw maybe 2 while I was
I tried to
driving up here.
look, but I live in the city, so it was difficult to see.
You have to get a really bright one.
Yeah.
I'll see. I do a lot of work with the weather, but maybe I can get some space energy
okay.
going and just be like, all right, just one.
They're very cool if you get a chance. So,
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah. All
That's
right.
so
Thank
cool.
you, Katie.
Listen to the ET theme too if you're out there stargazing.
I love it.
Total game changer.
I love it. All right, still ahead, we're going to talk about why eating out is leaving a sour taste in a lot of customers' mouths. We'll tell you why. Keep it right here.